Among the fallen, twisted branches of the grove, grief drifts like mist, settling on those who remain. But in every weary hand and every quiet voice, there is purpose. The promise of vengeance, the strength of community, and the fragile work of healing. These are the stories of those who live on, of those who endure. This is Echoes of the Grove. Oisin, it's been 2 days since the attack on the Grove, since the home that you have known your entire life was laid asunder by Quillo Isidrim and Sekhmet Tinderson, two travellers who had wormed their way into the Grove, taken advantage of the kindness and hospitality afforded to them by your Grove guardians and the general villagers, your parents, grandparents. So much happened in the run-up to it. Clodagh had returned. Your relationship with the Grove was only beginning to change as you learned of some of the secrets contained within this sanctuary. Lilith, the spirit of the Grove, had made herself visible to you a couple of weeks ago, and since then, that relationship, that bond had only begun to grow stronger. And you watched as the root, the center of this community, the center of this divine and holy place, was torn apart, not only by the hands of Quillo Isidrim, but the monstrosity that his actions caused to awaken from an ancient slumber, all to steal the heart of Asmodean, some fallen god or demon or monster. And now, 2 days later, as you step out into the ruins of the village square, the large ancient branches of the root that had fallen still lay scattered across. And while there have been efforts to try and make them more traversable, to try and clear space that some sense of normality could return, you can't help but reflect on the absence of Clodagh and Aster. Your sister pulled away her apologies, her excuses made to your grandmother, and your mentor, your teacher, Aster, secreted himself away into the night with no word. And it feels like you and you alone have been left to pick up the pieces. Your guardians have been diminished. Many fell, many more were injured. And it feels like the weight of the world is pressing on your shoulders. What are you doing?
Oisin, as a furbolg, he has that sort of those bovine almost features, the long ears, like the big broad nose. His fur is matted in places, and in other places where, and with close encounters with the rot and people getting too close and having to literally pull them out of it and trying to stave off the rot from the borders of the grove, there are chunks of his fur that have just been torn out, either in a scuffle or by stress alone. He looks bad. He hasn't bathed in probably since this whole thing started. He's hyper alert. He has bags under his eyes, and he's just so deeply angry. He's so angry that he is alone, that he has to take care of this. He's so angry that the people that he wishes could say, hey, you've done enough, let us take care of this, that they're not here or they're not able to, for reasons that are entirely out of their control. Like, he has no doubt in his mind that Nana Meadowmoon would be able to sort this out in 3 days tops. But she's just getting too old, and she can't deal with that. And she's a great support, but she can't be more than a support. And right now, he needs more than a support, and he's just not getting it. So he's a ball of frustration as he walks around.
It's in that moment as you are sort of scanning kind of what to do now, like where to help, where to search. Most of the survivors from the attack, most of the survivors who made it out when the root fell and collapsed onto the buildings that they had retreated into, have been found. There's a lot of people are injured. A lot of people are sick. You have a real worry that something else is happening, something else that you're just waiting for the next problem, the next thing to happen. And in that moment, as you sort of look around, there is just a
yes? Who?
Oh, I know. Don't you yes me. And you recognize Nana Meadowmoon's voice.
I think I'm just so dazed. I was in a fugue state. You know, when you're just so in your own head going over the cycles of injustice that are currently plaguing you, that even a familiar voice is like, oh my God, who's talking to me now? Oisin turns around, sees Nana Meadowmoon, and just quickly has to vanish the visible frustration from his face when he interacts with her.
What's with all of... And she's kind of gesturing at you. What's with all of this? What's happening?
Did I step in something? What do you mean all of this?
Well, it looks like you fell arsewards out of a hawthorn bush and got beaten up by a couple of bullywugs. If you don't mind me saying, I'd like to be delicate about things.
Right. Well, yeah. Well, thanks for being delicate, I guess.
And she spits into a handkerchief that she just starts kind of like wiping your armor.
Okay. Well,
absolute show of the family walking around. You look like somebody robbed you and was wearing your armor, trying to pass themselves off as you. And she just like she's wiping you clean with one hand, and then she's pulled out like a conch shell comb from her purse, and she's now trying to brush through some of the mats. With the other hand.
Okay.
Well, if you stop resisting, stop resisting.
No, I'm not resisting. I'm not resisting.
There's only so much I can. She kind of holds up kind of her implements. Have you eaten?
I have.
No, you haven't. Of course, obviously no.
I ate.
You haven't. Have you slept?
A day ago, and I slept. I slept at some point in the past week, I think.
Oh, you did you? You did.
Yeah, I did.
Great. You did. That nose of yours is just protruding right off your face there, Ladine. And get down here. And she's just gesturing at you, like to kind of come down to meet her level. Again, Nana Meadowmoon is a short crook of a little lady, like a satyr woman, just bags of shawls draped over her. Like if you imagine every little old lady wearing a ton of shawls.
Yeah, for sure. She's a small hill of shawls, and then a face.
Yeah.
And arms that come out somehow.
And she's gorgeous.
She's beautiful. I think Oisin will just get down onto one knee and just wince in pain as there's clearly an injury somewhere in one of his legs that he is refusing to acknowledge because he just does not have the time for it right now.
You see her make a move, and it's very quick, and there's a little oh gosh. Is she going to grab? Is she going to pinch? Is she going to pull? Is she going to do?
She's going to kill me. She's going to kill me right now. Oh my God, it's going to happen. I always knew it was going to be her.
She just wraps her arms around your neck and just brings you into a hug. Like she buries you into her shoulder and her shawls.
Are you okay? What's going on?
I think you need to rest, Oisin. And maybe you need to sit down and do a bit of self-care. Now, far be it from me to judge. I'm all for burn yourself at both ends. You have to look after yourself. You're no good to anybody walking around like half dead.
I think I'm going to slowly attempt to take her arms off me, just very, very gently. And Oisin can't hear this right now. He's just going to clasp her hands in his and say, "Thank you very much, Nana. I'll rest when everyone around me stops dying. So I'll see you in hopefully a couple days. I need to go make sure that the immortal spirit of this grove that got sick, and immortal spirits shouldn't be able to get sick. It's kind of in the name, but very close to death. I'm going to go check on her, and then I'm going to see what I can do about this rot, because if one more person petrifies and dies, I don't know what I'll do, but I'll do something, and it won't be good."
She kind of lets out it's a sigh and a guffaw at the same time. And as you don't say her name, but she knows who you're talking about. She hard rolls her eyes, and there's that one. Right. Well, I'll have stew on, and you'll be at the dining room table post haste this evening by. And you see her trying to recall military time. 0600 as the crow flies.
Yeah.
You hear me?
Yeah. It just put a little. I don't know if our society is advanced enough to have Tupperwares, but just kind of put some cling wrap over the bowl, and I'll take one to go, please.
Oh, you will. Oh, of course. Is there anything else I can do for you? Darn your socks, right to know. And and you see her, she walks off kind of tutting to herself, just giving out about the youth of today, expecting little old ladies like herself to take care of everything and everybody. And all she wants to do is just lie down, retire, and die.
As she's walking off,
yeah.
How's she looking? Has she been affected by the rot, or is it starting to get anywhere near her?
No.
Okay, good. She needs to live forever.
Yes, Nana. Rumor has it she will. Nana, she's definitely tired, and she definitely looks older in herself these last couple of days. But that's to be expected. And as she waddles off, you just hear her saying, "Has anybody seen that Cosain woman? Aren't we supposed to be erecting a medical tent?" And she does. She waddles off with a target in her sights.
Dangerous.
In that, as you see her kind of head down, she's moving more towards where the root used to stand, and the trunk of it is still there. Like you can see kind of where it was torn and split into pieces. She drifts down that path towards it, and immediately kind of just you hear the sort of the muffled voices of Barry and Terry, your immediate Grove Guardian associates.
I'm glad they survived.
Some say protege. They're both looking a little worse for wear. Like they're both kind of like Terry has his arm in a sling and Barry has a patch over his eye. And I mean, you don't remember him getting damaged in the head, but there's a patch there. They both get immediately and in unison. The twins just kind of they salute, but they both give the opposite hand. Captain Meadowmoon, sir, ma'am, I reporting the gates that you asked that we repair. I repaired them, and they both say it at the exact same time and point at themselves.
Okay, that's good. Nana's going over to Cosain's tent, just make sure that Cosain survives.
You tell him.
Guys, hey, focus up, eyes on me. What? You see how stressed I am?
You look lovely.
I'm ready to kill someone. Don't let it be one of you two.
Okay. And they point. Yeah, they do. It's just that immediate thing. They point at the opposite. They both kind of start they start kind of slapping at each other. There's a fella at the gate. We didn't know if we should let him in. We know him. You know him. We both know him. You know him.
Okay, this is a small community. Everyone knows everyone. Why is this a topic of information?
Well, we just didn't know if we were letting people in or letting people out. Those orders weren't clear, sir, ma'am, Captain.
Okay. Are they infected?
And they both look at each other. You didn't check. Well, you didn't ask.
So in the outbreak of a viral infection of a curse on the land, you didn't maybe a cursory questionnaire, entry interview? Did you let them in, or are they still waiting there?
They're still at the gate, sir.
Take a long, deep breath. How long ago was this? How long have you been looking for me?
Well, we found you, sir, but well, it's just to say that Terry. Well, no, it was actually Barry. An hour.
So you've had this person waiting at the gate for an hour, and did they walk in?
No, sir. They're at the gate. We left McCoy with them.
Being very respectful to wait at the gate, are they?
Well, it's Bréagan.
I think it takes a split second for me to remember the name, and I say, Bréagan? What the fuck does he want?
See, that's why we had him at the gate, sir.
Okay, sure. Check if he's infected. If he is, bring him to the medical tent. If he's not, bring him straight to me, and I'll be somewhere. So bring him right here, and I will meet you here. What happened to your eye? Because that wasn't there last time.
Allergies, sir.
I can't. I actually can't.
And he does move it to the other one because that one is now sore.
Have you got hay fever? Have you?
Might just be dust.
Might just be. Right, go get Bréagan. Go get Bréagan.
Do you want us to protect Cosain? Which are we?
Which of you thinks they're most competent to walk someone from a gate? Oh my! Okay, I sent Terry back to the gate, and I tell Barry, go to Cosain, figure out your eyes.
Okay. And they do. He starts to stealth after Nana Meadowmoon. He's kind of hiding behind barrels. He's hiding behind debris. She's fully aware he's there. She's just not engaging with that idiot.
I see them walk away, and I well and truly have a moment of, I can't die either. It can't be them. It simply can't be them.
And you're going to go looking for Lilith?
Yeah, I can check in on the people that need to be checked in on and touch base with in a second, but Immortal Spirit of the Grove kind of takes top of the list of people to check in on day by day.
Okay. As you are moving kind of through the grove, you do see kind of out in the market, kind of, again, dishing out food and helping kind of reorganize stuff, despite their own ill health. Patter and Anya Meadowmoon are in the middle of it, trying to do what they can to assist. They came down with the symptoms very quickly. In fact, it was the morning after that Anya started to present with the cough and the pain in her joints. And then only a couple of hours later, Patter developed a fever. And these symptoms, you've seen it spread rapidly since the root fell and the rot seemed to claw its way deeper into the grove. The one thing that has remained constant in all of this the last 2.5 days has been the sense of community and responsibility that the people of the grove have to each other. Those who can do, those who can't are trying, and those who are in the greatest need of all are given the greatest care of all. And you watch all these kind of different scenes unfurl, and repairs are underway, debris is being cleared, aid is being delivered, and overhead there's a moment where like a shadow kind of cuts over the sun, and you see the familiar form of old Screech just sort of drifting from kind of branches in the canopy, just surveying, just watching. There's a whistle that seems to erupt as he moves, just giving acknowledgement to the people below that he's still here, that he's still observing, that he's still there. And he seems to be making his way away from the route out towards the outer skirts of the village and the low fields beyond. But we come to Cosain. You are exhausted, Cosain. You haven't seen an outbreak like this in 2 decades. The last time it was red lily fever, an illness. It didn't claim any lives, but it put a lot of people out of commission. It took its toll on the people. But you and many of the other healers kind of were able to, through the grove and the plants that it provides, you were able to manufacture a cure, and people quickly recovered. This isn't the same. This isn't an upset stomach. This isn't nausea and headache. There are people petrifying in front of you. And you and many of the other healers and herbalists have been doing what you can, as much as you can, since this emerged. But there's a shadow that hangs over you. Since the attack on the route 2 nights ago, your daughter, Quillo Foxglove, has been missing. A Grove Guardian, she was there when the Heart Eater emerged, and she was there to defend her home and her people. She has not returned home.
I think, honestly, the only way she's been able to do what she can for the community is by pushing the thought of Quillo to the back of her head. But she has this apron that she wears. It's a constant reminder of her daughter because her daughter gave it to her. This dark brown apron that's been stained with like tinctures and cures and a little bit of blood. Very much in the same way as Oisin, where she can't remember the last time she slept. Never mind sit down. Her clothes are always quite plain. They're well made, but they're starting to fray. Her hair is usually kept in like a ponytail, dreadlocks in like a nice tight pony, but like dreadlocks are like popping out every which way.
There's a young tiefling woman kind of set opposite you, and you see that her entire right hand up to her elbow is petrified. The skin is like a slate and charcoal black. It resembles the wood of trees burned in a fire. You see her, like, as you examine and you're careful where you hold and where you touch, you see her wince in pain, and then she just starts coughing.
I keep completely still. I don't show the worry of how far it is spreading on her, on my face, because it wasn't this far spread when I checked her about 2-3 hours ago. I'm like, has the pain gotten worse, love?
And she, like, again, she goes to say something, and you just hear, well, that doesn't look great.
Nana, I don't have the time for you, yo, bah.
Ah, Cosain. Still pretending to be a doctor, are we? Is that it? Oh, and she leans in and she looks at the poor tiefling one. You're better off now going down to the market and licking the toadstools under your man's shop. That'll cure you faster than that, and she's got to puffer.
Ah, Jesus, I saw you doing that just the other day, and didn't I have to drag you out again, didn't I?
You did. But then how else do I get my kicks these days?
What do you want?
Any sign of her?
Her smile kind of drops a little bit. Like, this old banter is very normal between her and Nana, and no, but not the first time she's been out on a long bender,
Yeah.
She'll be along.
Much like her mother, like that, she is.
She is, yeah. chip off
And
the
she
old
leans
log.
in to sniff your breath. Oh, she's definitely on the dragon's breath.
Sure, what else is there?
Where are we at now with the medical tent that you were organising?
Oh,
It's just that my grandson has been sweating and breaking his back, getting that market cleared. And I don't see any sign of any sort of tent development out there.
well, you know how it is, Nana. Sometimes I get a bit sleepy, so I put my feet up. I make a little tent just for myself. What do you think? I'm running off my feet here. Did you ever do it yourself, like?
Oh, that's fine. That's grand. Leave it to me. Leave it to me. That's fine. I'll guess I'll go and do it.
No, you. Do you know
No, you
what?
said it yourself.
No,
No,
you're
I'm
right,
useless.
you're right.
I'm
You get it
useless.
wrong.
I've been an absolute nuisance since the whole thing. No, you're right.
You're
Loveen,
a nuisance. I'm glad you
I'm
admit
so
it.
sorry, Loveen. And she leans into the tiefling girl and she's shaking her hand and she's not being very kind of.
Touching her.
Oh, she's grand. It's fine. It'll wear off. It'll be fine.
not.
We'll all be grand. Have you tried looking in the runes for anything useful? Maybe that's maybe one of the first things you could have done.
Well, I was too busy looking after you now. But it's not a bad idea. How about this? I'll go over and ask around. I know a couple of the healers had been trying to set up the tent. But I'll go supervise them. But I heard you were better at it, so maybe you should.
Supervising?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, well, I've been known to boss the odd person around.
I know you love it, like.
And she stretches and you see kind of the little hump that she walks with kind of straightens up a small bit. And she kind of hitches some of the shawls that are kind of like that are her pants somehow as well. Up a little bit. Right, okay. We'll put some order into the place. I'll get the medical tent stuff sorted since you couldn't do it. And don't worry, I'll take care of that.
No, you're right. I'm a right old nuisance. But now remember, it's Carrie, Nicholas, and Ben who I told to get the tent going.
Okay, so Darren, Michael, Elizabeth. Got it. I'll get on it straight away.
Yeah, those three. Go find them.
And she kind of looks back at the tiefling girl, and then her eyes meet yours, and you see real worry.
Get away from me now.
Did you do something different with your hair?
I thought...
No, it's still terrible. And she walks out.
One of these days, Nana, I'll get you. You won't live to see 500.
The tiefling girl is kind of sitting there, kind of like she's kind of smiling through some of the pain that she's in a small bit. Again, you just hear her calling out Darren, Michael, Elizabeth, Nicholas. Like she's calling out some of the Grove Guardian recruits, and people come flocking to her. Cosain, as you go back to kind of tending to this young woman.
Nah, don't you worry about Nana. Her bark's worse than her bite. You just saw it. Listen.
I also saw her bite somebody before as well.
Yeah, that was crazy. I didn't think she'd do it. But, no telling her otherwise. Listen, I'm going to have to leave you for a bit. I reach into my apron and I take out like a little tincture. I was like, apply that to your arm. And it'll numb the pain a little bit. I'll come back in a couple hours, if not me. One of my other friends, not Nana, she drained the energy from the sun, I'll tell you that.
Is there a particular direction, Cosain, that you want to head in as you move out?
I feel like Nana will intimidate all of the people into not putting up the tent. So just delay it by just shouting.
Okay.
So I'm going to go and find the actual people that I sent to put up the tent.
I got you. Okay, so you're going looking for kind of the Grove Guardian recruits that are looking for kind of supplies to put up. This isn't the tent that Oisin talked about. It isn't, there isn't a medical tent. This is not something the Grove has ever had. It's marquees that are put up for festivals and fetes. You do see that, again, a lot of the market square has been cleared. And you can see kind of food stalls are being set up and being delivered. And again, poles there were already poles up for the potluck. Some of the ones that didn't fall, the ones that weren't broken, are being kind of hoisted back up, and the flags are being taken down, and large sort of drapings and tarps are being put up to make this tent. And as you watch, Nana is there, and she is telling people like what to do, but not in the way that they should be right now. Like it needs to be firm and direct, but with a kind hand. It's firm, direct, like the back of a wooden spoon, is what she's delivering her orders with, as you go and try and mediate this.
As I enter like this more central medical area, I'm gonna take a look around and see if I've already looked at least 20 or 30 times, but maybe Kiva is here.
What does she look like? What are you looking for?
Kiva, it looks a lot like her dad, but she has my height as a halfling. So rather than the dark like dreadlocks that I have, her hair is fairer. She has, her skin is lighter as well. Mine's on the darker side, while hers is more tending towards paler. The last I saw, she was in her Grove Guardian armor, but she had a necklace on that I had given her for like her 16th or 17th birthday. That's like a green stone. I'm just hoping I see her.
It's one of those things where, like, as you are trying to pay attention to what's happening around you and take in the tent being set up and things being organized, every time somebody kind of walks within your peripheral vision wearing a Grove Guardian uniform, you can't help but look. And every time you find somebody, there is that moment where your heart just sort of swells, that hope rises, and then it's squashed because it's not her. And you just see kind of Oisin Meadowmoon set behind a long table, and she's ladling food out of a large pot, and she's putting it into bowls, and she sees you and she gestures.
It actually kind of pisses me off to see her there, because she is infected and she is serving food to people who are not infected. So I'm gonna walk up towards like, Oisin Meadowmoon, that better not be you giving food out to the non-sick, are you?
And as she goes to say something, Nana butts in with it. Well, I told her, and it's
You didn't tell her hard enough, did you?
It's the two forces of Nana Meadowmoon and Cosain Foxglove that seem to compound and compel the shame into her. And you see that, like, she is wearing kind of a scarf or something kind of wrapped around her face, and she is wearing gloves and stuff to try and protect what she's doing. She wants to be of help, and there is just this back and forth, and a lot of people are gathered around just to watch. A lot of people are like, this is good entertainment. And it's always the Meadowmoons that are causing the dust up in town. And to have somebody new thrown into that, is there anything else you'd like to do at this point?
Not. It is truly like I'm going to shame Anya into doing something. If she needs to do something, she could do something useful for the sick. She cannot be doing what she's doing right now. So I will shame her into doing something else.
Okay. And it works. It just like that. It's the combined forces of you and Nana, and she moves off to help her husband do inventory.
Yeah, I just shout out, Patter, you better keep an eye on your woman now, or I'll give her a slap she won't forget.
And Nana just distances herself. I'm not with her, and she does. She kind of just moves out of the frame a little bit.
Well, now you're scared. I'm done. I'm done with y'all.
Gliding over the canopy and looking down on the devastation, old Screech, you see that the homes and buildings closest to the where the root once stood, and now there is just a torn stump of this ancient tree. You see a lot of them are gone, a lot of them are destroyed, a lot of them have collapsed, and you see that a lot of work over the last couple of days has been done, and you have, in your own way, helped. Now it's you've heard, and no one told you. No one tells you anything. You just happen to hear lots of everything. And you've heard this morning, as you passed over, Aster Pentus, the Dryad teacher, an acquaintance of yours, at the very least another academic mind within the Grove, has not returned. And it's quite unusual for someone like him, who would be a pillar within the community. And you're aware his home lies in the low fields, just on the outskirts of the Grove village. And as you clear the canopy, it is quite an overcast morning into afternoon. There is a warmth on the air, but it doesn't faze you. The weather is of no consequence. It's a thing that you and Aster would often butt heads over. Outside his home, as you arrive, beyond the very, very tall door, you can hear a lot of rattling and a lot of rummaging. It's like somebody's looking for something inside. Somebody's making a lot of noise inside Aster's home.
I think Screech is probably evaluating a little bit longer from atop a tree branch very close to the house. And as soon as the rattling and the noises continue for like a few more seconds, you see a ball of darkness just land on the floor with an uncanny agility that unfurls quickly into a lanky, long, old man, very hunched and curved, very, very long limbs and elongated fingers. Very uneasy to look at. Something is not quite right. Not quite a human, not quite a bird. Draped in black clothing, studded leather, drapes and curtains all over the place, all nooks and crannies and pockets filled with paper and writing utensils and scrolls. And after that display of agility, very slowly, now adopting the pose of an old man, walks with purpose towards his friend's house. Not paying any mind to curtsy, just opens the door and looks inside, see what's causing the ruckus.
It doesn't take much to see what the source of the sound is. Aster's home is kind of divided into two levels. Here on the ground floor, it looks like somebody took a bookstore and went, "Yeah, I'll just throw this in here," because it doesn't rival your collection, Screech, because that's... And also, you collect very different things. He thinks he collects books, when in fact he collects old dusty maps that nobody cares about. But you catch sight of Aster's assistant, a young Aracorcoran man, kind of mid to late 20s, kind of just looking kind of around, and you see he's pulling at charts and he's trying to organize bits and pieces, and there's a ramshackle or a cluttering of desks that are kind of not in any order. Like he seems completely and totally flustered.
Young man, what do you think you are doing? Has your master been gone for that long that you've rummaged through his things already?
And then there is just kind of like both kind of wings go up, and he does drop a large glass ball, hits with a heavy thud, and then there's, oh geez, Master Screech, sir?
That would be it.
He slowly turns with his wings still up in the air as if he's been caught in a crime. There's a bunch of scrolls tucked under his left wing, and he's, again, it's... it's quite odd. He's not quite a sparrow and he's not quite a wren. Like he's short and fat like a little wren bird, but the coloring of his feathers, he kind of just looks you kind of dead in the eyes. I was asked by Captain Meadowmoon to continue Master Astor's classes with the young folk of the Grove, sir.
Do you think you have what it takes?
No, but I said that I was very honest from the very, very start, sir. I'm still learning, but I had a good teacher, as you know. You know Astor. He's your friend, and I'm here. I'm a substitute. And again, some of the scrolls just fall from under his feathers.
What is going to be your first lesson? Do you have it planned?
Cloud formations.
Wrong. Very wrong.
Of course it is. He just. Oh, what do you think I should teach?
First, you teach them to think for themselves. Then you give them facts so they can question the facts. Never be content with facts. Always strive for more.
I should probably write that down, I think. Question everything, except obviously Master Astor. Right?
Wrong! Again. Question everything, even myself. Am I saying the truth or am I tricking you? Think.
The truth.
Good job.
And he... Okay. And he sits into his feathers, and you see him just relax for like a half a second.
Ambrose, these are trying times. Ones where our mettle will be tested. You must be sharp. You must follow the path of your master. But be your own person. Never forget that.
So I should leave? And not tell anybody?
No. Be your own person.
I should stay then.
I don't know. What do you want to do?
I'm not good with this. I just make his go-go juice sometimes, and occasionally it's what we call coffee in the world of Romancing the Dungeon.
Good.
And he like, you watch old Screech as he kind of goes to set about kind of organizing bits and pieces. I did, Master Screech. I consulted some of Master Astor's charts myself. I took stock of the stars and omens, and it is bad.
What do you mean by bad? Tell me more. What did you find?
Well, it's bad now, and then it gets badder. I don't know if I should tell Captain Meadowmoon. He looks really mad right now, and I only said I'd run the school because I'm scared of him.
So young, so naive. Tell me. I'll decide if we should tell him or not.
And he drops what he was kind of preparing onto a desk, and he nods at you, Screech, as he kind of spills upstairs. And as quickly as he kind of dashes up, you hear a rummaging, and he comes straight down with. And if you just take a look at this one here, and he opens up it's a fresh piece of parchment, and on it you can see a couple of different. Again, they look like constellation words, and like they're sort of constellation patterns. And he highlights one in particular, and this one, this is the one that I'm concerned about, sir. The infirmum. It's the malady. It's sickness, and he lifts up the parchment, and each sleeve of it afterwards, the constellation seems to be spreading, seems to be growing.
Screech is going to yank the map from Ambrose's hands and take it towards the light, a window, an open window or something, to have more vision on this. And actually here you see that the hooded face of old Screech is actually human, but with a very unsettling bony beak protruding from it. And as he leans the map towards the window to have more clarity on it, as I feared, the unlimited power has been released, misused, and it's now spreading until someone stops it or puts it under control. You did well, boy. You did well.
Should I do that?
Do what? What do you mean?
Stop the sickness?
What do you think? Do you think you can?
No.
Good job.
No.
See, you're learning very fast. And he puts all the papers together, doesn't say goodbye, just storms through out the door, trying to find something.
You just hear, you'll tell Oisin, right? And kind of just calling back very like, someone's going to tell Oisin, right? Because I don't want to.
Doesn't reply, just leaves.
just gone. Is there a particular place in mind, Screech, that you want to head? Is there something that you want to do at this point?
Screech will head towards where you last saw Oisin.
Okay. Again, it's that sort of fluttering of feathers that you seem to ball yourself into as you leap upwards and just soar into the canopy. We move to the gates of the grove. And there is a rather stern-looking orc gentleman at the gates, and you recognize him, Bréagan. It's McCoy. He's just under 7 foot tall. He's practically 7 foot wide in terms of his shoulder. Like, he is a brick of a gentleman. And he's standing there with a spear in front of him, and he's not saying a word.
And so right then, McCoy, right, so what's happened, right, there was 21 of them around me, right, and I look each and every one of them in the eyes, one after another, 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 and another. And I say to them, here yous lads, you leave this poor town alone, because me, I'm the protector of Silkbrook, you know? I'm gonna make sure, see this sword here, and I take out my sword. Look, it's perfectly sharp. And I waved it around and I gave them everything. And they looked at me and they shat their pants and they just ran away. And sure, then did I get so many bits of gold. I was drowning in go-go juice. I had so many women and men all around me. Oh, I had such a great night that night anyway. Or at least I think I did. I drank so much, it was hard to remember the details. But, you know, that's what's going on. So, yeah, McCoy, what about you? What's your favourite exploit? Yeah, no, cool. So, this other time, right, I was facing down this, unbelievable beast. It was like a big boar, but, like, not a boring one. Like, not a boring boar, an exciting boar. And it was like, you know, like 8 heads. And each of them brought a different type of fire. And, like, you'd swear, like, it was given birth to by a dragon or something like that, and the dragon itself was like maybe like a god, and it just came down, and there it was, all like 4 foot of it, just like pure muscle, kind of looked like a bit like you, McCoy, to be honest now. And now it was standing there. It had 13 tusks coming out of its arse, and then speaking of its arse, it had 4 of them, each of them the shit just bricks everywhere, and it's just the smell of it, McCoy, the smell of it, I swear you've never seen anything like it. But I just held my nose real tight, you know. I was holding it real tight, and I was like, here you foul beast, I'm gonna put you down. And so I had a big spear at the time, because, you know, I'm a big spear guy, or at least I was. I went through a bit of a spear phase, you know yourself, kind of like the one you have there, but, you know, maybe not quite as fancy, but mine was sharper, you know. And I was standing there, and it came running towards me. I just planted it down on the ground, and it jumped up at me. But I was so strong, it landed on me. And then, it killed it anyway. But sure, look, anyway, that's, you know, 18 stories I've told you there. But, like, I've got more if you want to hear them. You're not really
He
giving
starts
me much,
banging on the gate, like he just starts, like and it's not even. It's just he's pounding on it.
Yeah. So what's the story with Barry and Terry there? Are they coming back to me or what? It's kind of, we're getting on a bit, I'm kind of, itching to get in.
There's a moment where like the gate just rattles and there's silence because McCoy says nothing. He didn't flinch at a single story. You barely saw him breathe. Like when there is just that moment of just kind of, okay, I have to tell something else. A voice is just, you hear a voice thrown from beyond the gates of the grove, and you recognize Barry. Hey, Bréagan.
Yeah.
Are you sick?
What? No, I'm grand.
Have you got any symptoms?
What symptoms? What are you talking about?
How are you breathing?
Sure, grand. You know yourself, fucking good set of lungs on me.
Are you sweaty?
Well, a little bit there, but I was, kind of doing some good demonstrations for old McCoy here.
Give me 20 jumping jacks.
What? 20? Come on, I'll give you 5.
And he goes to say something to Terry, but Terry's not there. Oh yeah, 5 will do. Yeah, 5 will do. 5 is fine. 5 is a good number.
He's on the other side of the fence.
He can't see you.
Yeah,
he can't see you.
I fully do nothing, and then I say, "Yeah, grand, they're done there now."
McCoy doesn't say anything either. Okay, and you promise you're not sick?
Yeah, of course.
What are you doing back?
I just came back. Was out there for the past decade or so doing the old quest in life, but I completed it, mate. So.
All of it?
Yeah, no quest left.
Anywhere?
No, sure did them.
That's class.
Yeah, no. Anyway, just thought I'd come back, see what the crack is.
That's pretty bad. You picked a bad time.
Yeah, usually you'd see the big old tree, and I don't really.
Root?
Yeah. Didn't really.
Yeah, it's gone.
Yeah.
Well, it's gone.
Yeah. Usually, she cuts a big figure across the skyline there. I can't see her.
Yeah, Oisin Meadowmoon kind of ruined it for everybody.
Ah, Jesus.
Well, no. To be fair, it wasn't just her. Like Oisin was there as well. Sorry, Captain.
Oh, he's captain now, is he? Ah, yeah, sure. I could have been captain once. Anyway, come on, don't let me in.
Cough.
Yeah, bless you.
No, you cough. No, thanks. Can you just cough? I need to determine whether you have a healthy cough.
Sure.
That does not sound good.
Well, I just did so many jumping jacks. What do you like?
Oh yeah. To be fair, I set you up there.
Yeah,
sorry.
you did.
Sorry, Bréagan. Sorry. Do you want to hang out with me and Terry later?
Oh yeah, of course.
Because we're thinking about going on a quest, but like if you say all of them are done, you can tell us where to go.
Well,
then.
look, there's some of the starter level quests are still going on. I saw a couple of people posting things on some boards outside of a shop there, a couple of towns over. They seem they're having trouble with kobolds or something. But beneath me.
Oh, yeah, I suppose. Yeah, Terry and I can beat up. We can beat up some kobolds. Okay. Open the gate. Open the gate. And everybody is just like on what you can't see it, Bréagan, but everybody else is looking at him to say, "You open the gate. Do it." And he eventually he does he puts his spear down and he moves over and he lifts up a kind of a lat that had been kind of barring the gate. As the gates open, what do we see?
Yeah, so you see Bréagan standing there. He's got like a slight build. He's not scrawny, but you would never accuse him of being, too muscly. And his build might be described as being athletic, assuming it was like very amateur athletics and he'd never placed on the podium. He's wearing very fashionable clothes, and he's sporting one of these like hipster mullets that lets his long half elven ears be visible. And he's holding himself like a bit of a swagger as he begins walking through the gate. And I think those who know him probably describe that as undeserved. He's got these long sleeves that he's pulled down nearly over his hands, and he's got clear blue eyes that are framing a nose that's slightly too large for his face. And he's wearing like chainmail that lies heavy on his frame, and it's not over a gambeson or anything typical like you would expect. And across his back there is like a shield and a sword that he's kind of just put into his scabbard. And he's looking around a bit, and he's clearly has just tucked something else into his tunic as well. And he walks in and he kind of looks around the place. Barry, was it? Yeah, it's a bit run down. What's going on?
I told you we were attacked. Well, no, I didn't tell you that. I just told you that.
No, you didn't tell me that.
Yeah,
Barry.
no, we were attacked. But it was gross. You should have seen it. Like it was.
Yeah,
it was the biggest thing I'd ever seen. Like it was just
no
this,
way.
and it like so.
Oh, I bet you I could take it. Don't worry, Barry. Bréagan's here on the job. What's going on? Tell me this. Where's Oisin? You know, if he's the captain now, you could use someone like me. I'd say.
Well, he actually told me to get you and to bring you to where.
Of course he did. He knows how good I am.
Wait, yeah, maybe that's what he meant.
Yeah, of course he did. Come on, Barry. Look at me. Come on. I've been gone like 10 years. In those 10 years, I've done many things, right, Barry? So, like, I'm ready. I'm here. Just send me to Oisin. Sure, if you need a bit of a hand, I'm here.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, because because you were supposed to be. Yeah, come on. And he he's not. He's completely. He's enamored with what he's seeing, but it's also that thing of like. I mean, the place is, and it's that little kind of, and also throw in the fact that Barry, and this might be a bit of a spoiler, might be slightly incompetent. Just sorry, I just, in case anybody was sitting there going,
what? No, surely not.
What are you talking about, man?
He's a model of a soldier.
I saw his stat block. He has an intelligence of 20.
Just, yeah.
He has a wisdom of 40. It was crazy. I didn't even
Point 2 and point 4. He does, like, at one point he goes to almost take your arm, like to kind of lead you through.
Yeah, go on. I happily give him.
Oh, okay. And he hands you the spear. He's like, well, if you hand that, I'll just.
Oh yeah, I don't know if you heard, but I actually used to be a real big spear guy. This is a good one, actually.
No, like that's because Oisin has everybody training with spears now because he, like, it's his whole thing.
Oh, does he? Yeah. Oh, sure. Look, I'll show you some moves if you want when we get a chance.
That would be great because Oisin is really busy trying to I don't know, like he's.
Yeah, of course. Look, there's not time right now, but like when we get a chance, I'll teach you.
Oh yeah. Class. Okay, and he leads you, Bréagan, kind of from the gates up a kind of a wide path that winds through the grove, and it's only as you start to kind of veer up the hill slightly towards kind of the market square, you get a real sense of the devastation beyond. You can see the route. It's called the Basilica, but nobody from the grove calls it that. It's the route to everybody. It's lying there, torn down like any old log in the forest. You can see people are kind of clustering together, sharing food. You can see some of the Grove Guardian recruits and actual guardians themselves are trying to assist healers and herbalists, bringing aid and kind of moving people in. People are currently in the middle of setting up a large tent in the middle of the market square.
Oh, we having a festival, are we, Barry? Yeah. Bit of a shindig to get the spirits up, but is it? Sure, everything's grand. And I go around and I'm like nodding to people. I'm like waving. I'm like, I'm lifting up the spear to people and going over and seeing someone I barely remember from 15, 20 years ago. I'd be like, Jacob, how are you? What's the crack? You keeping well? You still keeping that football going, are you? Look, good to see you. Good to see you, pal. Look, I'm off business. Oisin himself has called me in. He's got, I'm here now. Gonna whip everything back into shape. Gonna make everything right. Everything's gonna be great.
As you kind of schmooze your way through a disaster zone. I don't think there's any other way of putting it.
No, yeah, that's accurate.
A lot of people are kind of like, who's your man? Like, what? And then people are like, oh, it's Bréagan. No, he left. And if some people remember you and other people are kind of trying to piece it together, is there anything you want to do at this point, Bréagan? Is there anyone because you can see Barry is looking for Oisin, he's trying to. Oisin told him to kind of meet them there, and he's standing there and he's looking around. And Terry is approached, and now the two of them are engrossed in conversation, and they're filling each other in on what they saw. And he's pointing over to you occasionally, and he just realizes that you have his spear, but it's grand. Sure, you're a master of the spear. He tells that to Terry, and yeah. Is there anything in particular you want to do?
Bréagan kind of just stands there, and he is doing everything in his power to not look at the root and the devastation. And instead, he's focusing on the people, and he is just trying. Everyone who looks at him is getting a wave, is getting a cheery, cheeky smile, is getting a bit of a wink and a salute with the spear. But I am also actively scanning the crowd for members of the Grove Guardians there, to see, what's going on, but really to see one particular person.
You, as you are scanning, and again, you see a lot of people some are in kind of the full regalia. They are full-fledged members of the Grove Guardians. You see recruits which are in just tabards themselves. They're not full. There's no sign of her. As you scan through it, and then there's a moment where you think you see her, and then you recognize it as Cosain.
I walk up to Cosain, regardless of what she's doing or how busy she looks right now, and it takes me a couple of breaths to get my steps going and to plow forward. But I walk forward and I'm like, Cosain, how are you? Look, you probably don't remember me to look at. You probably heard of me. I'm sure all the stories. Look, what's the crack? How are we getting on?
Well, pretty bad, honestly. What can I do for you? Honestly, love, I'm so busy at the moment. Run off my feet.
What's going on here? Everyone seems very down into dumps, shall we say?
Well, I'm sure you saw the route. We were attacked.
Oh yeah, something. Barry or Terry, you mentioned one of them mentioned that to me. What's going on?
Yeah, so
attacked by what?
Honestly, it's a lot to go into at the moment, love. But all you need to really know is that it released a plague. It's the only real word I can describe, and
a plague.
I just point at the person I'm beside, and this person this person is in incredible pain. They're covered in the rot, from their hands all the way up to their shoulder, and it's coming up to their chest, and they're just barely breathing. And it's the rot. It's the hearth eater is what we're calling it at the moment, that came out of the root, and it's we're not sure how to help, but we're helping as much as we can. You're all right, and I just grab your hand, pull up your sleeve. Why are you wearing these ridiculous sleeves?
I put your hand away.
We cub you. Why these sleeves are way too long for you?
Just stop. Look, Cosain. Look, didn't mean to interrupt. Didn't mean to, take away. I'm sure what you're doing is important. And I deliberately as you go to pull up my sleeves, I push your hand down and reposition myself so that you're between myself and the patient that you're looking after. And Look, I know. Look, I'm just here. As I said, I saying for you, the lads here. You probably, I've heard all the stories about all the great things I've done. I've sent letters back to me ma and dad. They didn't, haven't heard from them. But sure, look, there's a lot of stories there to to read, I'm sure. But look, I know I was just seeing if if herself is around. Is Kiva around? Is she?
Oh, you're looking for and you can see like
I just thought it'd be nice to reconnect.
you can see it like just the like a catch. Oh, I haven't seen her in a little while. No one has. We don't know where she is, Bréagan. Bréagan. But I remember used to running around all the time. One of them.
Yeah, we get loads of trouble we used to get into.
Jesus, the amount of times I had to take a spoon to that girl because of you. But yeah, she's she'll be along. You know yourself, she's a tough one.
She is. Oh no, yeah. I suppose she made it into the Grove Guardians in the end, did she?
She did, yeah. She did. Me and her dad.
Fair fucks to her.
Yeah, we were real proud of her.
It was all, we spent so much time like sparring and training together. There's no wonder she made it in.
Yeah, she definitely talked about how much you helped her.
Great. No, I'm sure she would.
But
yeah, look, if you see her around, let her know. I think Oisin is asking me specifically, so I'm not sure. I might end up even being her commander. You never know.
Oisin, the big man himself, asked for you.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, no, I can see that happening now. You're some man for one man,
Look, and if I was one man, I'd be 10 man, because that's what it takes to take me down. Actually, sorry, 22 man, 21's the limit.
Yeah, no, I've heard that as well about you. So, I won't keep you. But if you happen to see Kiva on your travels, give me a shout.
Aye, of course, we'll do. Right. Anyway, Barry, Terry, come on. Important business. We got to be going.
You turn, Bréagan, and you walk into a mound of shawls.
Well.
Nanny. Look what the scaldy-arsed cat dragged back, huh?
Look, it was a bit bigger than the cat. Mountain cat, maybe.
Banjaxed, wasn't it? Banjo? Benji?
Nana, stop it teasing the wee boy.
Brogue. Something. Bernard. There it is. Bernard. That's what it is.
It was Bréagan, Nanny.
Oh, that's what it was. Bréagan. Yeah.
Nana, don't you remember me used to run around with my wee cub,
I did. Two absolute brats making nuisance of themselves through the market.
That was us, I couldn't stop getting into trouble. Anyway, yeah, Nanny, I have you seen Oisin around?
Oh, I have. You can escort me to him. I'm very tired on my feet these days.
Oh,
Bréagan.
great!
I'm very old. Very,
you
very,
should be
very
carrying
stiff.
him now, Nana. Look at the lad. He just got in.
Never mind.
Yeah, I know. I've been walking. It's
Oh, but sure, you have the strength of 21 men.
Yeah, I do. Yeah. Okay, come on. Do you wanna hop on? I'll give you a piggyback with the old sword and shield is there. I can give you. I can carry you in my arms if you want.
They look well, Lou, don't they? They're very. Oh,
Look at those arms now.
See, look, back here in the Grove, everyone's always, getting all these really old weapons, and they're trying to keep them. But you gotta buy new to be new. That's what I always say. So every time I go, get a new weapon, new shield, do the best. I'm making loads of money out there, so I was. She
and she grabs the scabbard, and she just yanks you like she fully like it's like while it's still she just. Oh yeah,
okay, no, yeah,
well made there.
That's
look at that there. Tezrab. Oh yeah, I recognise that there. Clodagh was in Tezrab. You'd have probably met Clodagh, wouldn't you?
Oh yeah, no, met Clodagh. That was great. We had a great time. Oh yeah, we went out to this really nice restaurant there. It was got just the most amazing meal you've ever had. I swear.
Well, yeah. Sure, we can chat some more. It's just that Clodagh never mentioned you, and she does. She leads you like she literally. She asked for your assistance. She's dragging you. And again, she's moving you towards kind of one of the small little wooden bridges that just glides across a river. And as she does, you just hear a large splashing sound. All right, Trip. He's great. He's not dead. He's fine. He's fine. He's just splashing around.
Should we worry about that?
No, he's always
Or-
doing that for attention. And,
Okay, right.
she does. You kind of recognize him. He's a kind of a lean-looking Harangan, very, very long, floppy ears. He's drenched, and he is just sitting in the river talking to himself as he waves up at the pair of you. Nan doesn't even bother waving at him.
I give him a big wave back.
She, yeah, it's fine. I know where he is. I'll bring you. And she's just leading you kind of away from the Grove village and down past the low fields. And in this moment, as three of you kind of make your way around the Grove, and the afternoon rolls into early evening, and you start to see the sky begin to kind of darken, and the large red flowers that line corners and streets and hang from the canopy of the Grove begin to glow. Just this soft kind of amber light that kind of begins to spill across the village. And Oisin, we find you in the Whispering Glade, a sort of a quiet, solemn, meditative place that it sits between two bridges. The river kind of cuts it off on both sides, and all you can hear is just the sound of the water, and it is flat, smooth stone with tufts of this large, almost fern-like grass, and you've watched it sort of unfurl itself as the day begins to roll on, and you can hear a rustling coming through a large thicket of it.
I'm just gonna stand. I don't think that the reverence that he shows is one of duty and upholding the standards of it, where he's not gonna kneel, he's not gonna be like a supplicant at a temple. He's going to walk in knowing that this is business. And he's just gonna say, well, you're out here. I know that you're still a little sick, and it'll put a little bit of pressure on you, but can you materialize just for a quick chat? I just want to check on you.
When you last
Saw Lilith.
the night of the attack, the seed had already sprouted, and a new root had kind of burrowed. From it, a child seemed to kind of appear, a young girl, long silvery white hair in a small little kind of, like, she glows white, like, and it's just this aura of white light around her. She had been a child, and as you call out to her, you hear that rustling grow louder, and from a large kind of cluster of these ferns, a young woman steps out. Probably late teens, early 20s. And she kind of just stares right at you.
I think even though like physically she looks that old, which is probably a comparable age to Oisin, I think he still has like, well, I saw you be born, and I know you're an immortal spirit, but it's kind of weird. So I do treat her a little bit like I treat some of the kids. Say, hey kiddo, how you doing? How are you feeling?
I'm about 3,000 years older than you.
Well, yeah,
kiddo.
but you're still, I saw this version of you be born, so that's...
And I saw you be born, so we're even.
I never thought about it that way. How are you feeling?
I'm fine. And you see the glow diminish a little.
Okay, well, don't lie to me, first of all.
I could ask you the same question, Captain.
Well, but you didn't. So, how are you truly?
I am not well.
Yeah.
It's getting worse, Oisin.
Yeah. It is.
I can feel the rot. It seeps into the ground around us. And you see her, she drops down, like she kind of drops like almost into kind of a half a kneel, and she spools her hair over her shoulder, kind of moving it out of the way as she puts a hand to the ground. And you see kind of a couple of these smaller ferns begin, like, that are just sort of beginning to grow, beginning to take hold. They wither as she gets close to them.
I'm just looking around. I just say, I don't know what to do. Is this the sort of blight that if we kill the source, all of it dies off? Is this something that we need to cut off and cure? Or is this something that we need to controlled exposure, find a way to control your exposure to? Sort of like controlled wildfires, burning down a section of the forest so that it can regrow stronger. Is this that, or do we just need to kick it out? Is this invasive and outside the natural cycle of things?
Life and death are intertwined. They always have been. You can't separate one from the other. And you see her clearly frustrated because she doesn't have the answers. This is Aisling way out of her depth. And as she stands up to kind of meet your gaze, you see her sort of wobble. You see her lose her footing. What's happening, Oisin, isn't natural.
I'm going to move closer to try stabilize her. Okay. There's only so much that we can ask of you, and we've asked a lot. You don't have the answers that we need right now, and that's fine. Do you know where I can find the answers, at least, or where I can start to look? We're gonna fix this. We've got this. Nana Meadowmoon has everyone shitting themselves, as she should. My parents are working. We have everybody who can help the community is helping. The people will take care of themselves. I just need to help you.
As you hold her up and like you steady her, she doesn't shove you away, but she kind of pushes you back. I can't give you answers, Oisin, but I can give you a choice.
Okay? Yes, whatever. Yes.
The rot has a source.
My eyes just light up.
We have always known. We have, all of us, every Grove Guardian. Some took a scorched earth approach, as you mentioned. Burn it away and hope that keeps it in control. Others dared to find it at its source and perished. If you want to stop this once and for all, you're going to need, and you see her, she steps backwards, like she kind of steps a little bit, like, you're going to need to bring them here.
Bring who?
The mother, the watcher, and the prodigal son.
Do these guys have names, and are they within a 5-kilometer radius?
She reaches up to you, and it's, I think, where she goes to kind of touch your head, and then she just flicks you. And there's a moment where you see Cosain under a tent. They're directing people and they're having cots kind of organized. And as quickly as you do, that image vanishes, and you can see the ground below, and everything is small and everything scatters. And you catch an image of old Screech just sort of circling the grove. And then in the middle of it all, they're sort of being dragged up and down every small side road and street. You see Bréagan. She smiles at you. Find them. Bring them here. They all have something they're searching for.
Are you sure there wasn't somebody else in close proximity to Bréagan, and you're just a little bit sick, so maybe your vision went to a different guy? Are you sure there's not, like, don't we have a 7-foot-tall motherfucker at the gate? Why can't it be him?
We flash forward. There is this open, half marsh, half sunken stone plateau before you. 5 large stone towers erupt, some cracked and broken. And just in front of you, Oisin, Cosain, Screech, and Bréagan, you see this gigantic creature take form. And you ready your weapons.
You've been listening to Echoes of the Grove, a Romancing the Dungeon special, with tall nerd Apollo as Oisin Meadowmoon, Dylan from Hearthfire Tales as Bréagan, the dreaded DM as Cosain, and Nuno as Old Screech. I'm Declan, and I've been your Dungeon Master. For the next couple of weeks, our episodes are going to traverse the grove and the dark woods that lay beyond, and I'm really looking forward to you getting to see these amazing players bring so much heart and just buckets of creativity to this story and to this world, and to make it really their own. For information on where you can check out each of these players, find out more about the work that they do and the content that they create, check out the episode description. We're going to be back in another 2 weeks for the next installment. Until then, make sure you're following D8 Dungeon on all major social media platforms. You can drop over to our Discord, that's in the link below. You'll be able to connect with some of the gang from the show here, as well as the cast from Romancing Dungeon itself. That's it from me. We'll see you in 2 weeks. Until then, take care. Bye-bye.
When I come to, I just say, Bréagan. Cosain and Old Screech make sense. They're old as hell and know a lot. Bréagan, he just got here. Where the fuck is he in the vision?